With the GoCurrency.com sports ticker, I'm Tim Muhleisen on the Huskers Radio Network. Happy Friday, Huskers fans. Congratulations are in order as we start this Friday show. To Huskers soccer, earning a massive win last night against Penn State at Hibner Stadium. The Huskers beat the 24th-ranked Nittany Lions 4-2. Florence Belzile, on that pronunciation, Belzile led the Huskers with 2 goals in the first 7 minutes on the way to a Barb Hibner Stadium record 4 goals in the first 45 minutes, first half of the game for the Huskers. That powered the Huskers offense, and our own Sammy Hawk made 13 saves in a stellar win in net for the Huskers. And also congratulations to Huskers women's basketball sophomore Alexis Markowski, who was honored today being named one of 20 candidates in the nation to the Lisa Leslie Award watch list. The award is given to the top women's basketball center in the nation each year. Markowski and the Huskers will open their preseason next week when they take on Washburn next Sunday, October 30th at 1 p.m. at the BBA. In pro sports tonight in baseball, it's Game 3 of the NLCS between the Phillies and Padres in a series tied at 1 game apiece. First pitch in Philadelphia set for 6:37 p.m. as Joe Musgrove takes the mound for the Padres, and the Ranger Suarez will go for the Phillies. In the NFL, no games today, but the 49ers and Panthers made news late last night as Carolina traded superstar running back Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers for return of a future 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick. In the NBA, it's a full slate of Friday night action, but here are 2 prime matchups to keep an eye on. At 6:30 p.m., the Celtics and Heat will tip off in Miami for a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. And at 9 p.m., defending MVP Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets will take on the defending champion Warriors. And then in the NHL, at 6:30 p.m., the Lightning battle the Panthers in a Florida rivalry featuring 2 of the better teams in the NHL. And at 8, it's the upstart Seattle Kraken taking on the defending champion Colorado Avalanche. This update is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items like equipment, trucks, and trailers? Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Muhleisen, and Sports Nightly is next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Lonnie Dotson, the former BYU Cougar, serves good past Maddie. Quick attack, pick Alec. You can't stop her. You just try to contain her.
Snap back, Casey looking to throw. Holds, throws deep down the field looking for Palmer at the goal line, makes a catch. Touchdown, Nebraska. Trey Palmer burns the secondary of the Boilermakers.
Now Northwestern in the black tops. Thomas Ayara, triple block. The triple. Second big red block of the afternoon. Caitlin Horde, Whitney Lundstein, Allie Peyton Horse. That's about 20 feet of combined humanity.
Snap. Back to throw. Step throws wide open at the 45. Making the catches. Palmer to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Breaks a tackle to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Down to the 7-yard line. Another big, huge play by Trey Palmer. He's over 200 yards receiving in this game.
Back row. Here comes a free ball by the libero. And it's a near kill until Lexi Rodriguez saved it. Unreal. Free ball over. Long shoot set. And a miss hit by Allie Holland. Lexi Rodriguez kept it alive. It's 19-9. They're on their feet in Lincoln.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are, a Friday night, our final show of the week. Glad you're with us here tonight. You may be headed out to a high school football game. This is the last week of the regular season for high school football around the state of Nebraska. So if you're doing that, be safe, have fun. Great night to be outside. Beautiful day, right?
Absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Today was a day to be out on a golf course. Yeah. Wasn't much breeze, not much wind. It was pretty warm. It felt good outside. So it's going to be a beautiful night.
It is. It's going to be a great night. Well, welcome back. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good day yesterday.
Thank you. Thanks for driving the ship without me.
Well, I was good. Andrew got yelled at last time, but I was good in here. So Andrew was slept over to watch soccer after we got off here last night. He got yelled at by the goalkeeper.
Well, Sammy, our intern, if Andrew's not looking alive getting her water bottle, then he deserves to be yelled at.
Water bottle.
You better be ready at all times for whatever you may be called upon to do. And so apparently he wasn't ready. So I applaud her for yelling at him. But what a big win out there.
Huge. Andrew said it was electric.
Yeah.
Had over 1,100 fans. He said the student section was rocking, the hooligans. and they got a nice win. They're now tied for third in the league, 1 game to go. Top 4 teams in the league get to host round 1 of the Big Ten tournament, and then it goes to a neutral site for the semifinals and finals.
We're still in the conversation to host.
Yeah, which would be next week.
Wow.
They go to Wisconsin Sunday to wrap up the regular season. We wish them good luck. But yeah, Andrew got yelled at because Sammy needed her water bottle. It's important.
Again, you better be ready to do whatever is asked of you, and no slacking over there.
He was loafing around in the back, just
got to be on your A game at all times.
Well, we've got a great show for you tonight. We're going to do our Big Ten picks here in a little bit. It's an interesting weekend. There's some really interesting games, and our list of games tonight we're picking, there are a handful of it that are just kind of flip your coin, right? This could be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. I had a bad weekend last weekend because a lot of the teams that I picked went down to the wire, came out on the wrong side of it. So if that happens again, I'm trying to be better this week. But there's a lot of question marks on which team shows up, because I think there's been some teams that we've seen, particularly in the Big Ten, that they've been a little streaky. Hadn't been a lot of consistency in some of their outings. And so which Wisconsin team shows up to play Purdue? Which Purdue team shows up to play Wisconsin? Which Minnesota team shows up to play Penn State? So there's a lot of you wonder which team shows up on the road or at home, and it'll be interesting, but it should be a fun weekend.
Huskers did not practice again today. A lot of the coaches are out and about. Coaches have been spread out. I saw some in Illinois, some in Arizona, down in Texas. I think some are over in the St. Louis area, so they have really fanned out to go do some recruiting here on the bye weekend. Neither coordinator went out. They're both here working on game plans for Illinois next week. So Bill Bush, Mark Whipple did not travel this week to get ready. And then I think they bring the team back tomorrow for a light workout, and then it's back to go. And then here it is, 5 really hard games to end it, 5 really physical games to end it. So we'll get back into a game routine next week here on the program. Something that does start this weekend is Husker basketball. Will have their 1 home exhibition game Sunday against Chadron State, 1 o'clock at PBA. We're going to talk some Husker hoops in hour number 2. You had a chance to catch up with one of the newbies, Sam Griesel.
Yes, can't wait to see him in action. The team just raves about what he's done at that point guard spot. What's crazy is that he hasn't even been playing point guard until 3 years ago. He took that over, and I actually talked to him about how much he's learned, even just being under Coach Hoiberg, and his expertise and his tutelage, all the things that he's picked up from that. But they talk about his size, how much of an advantage that is, and he never gets sped up. So he just has such a good smarts about him, about the game. And so I can't wait to see how that translates. And because I've been to a couple practices, but I haven't seen them in action, up against each other or up against a new team. So I can't wait to see how he facilitates this team. And, there's a lot of new pieces, and then that I'm intrigued to see, but then also some guys like Derek Walker. How does he had a heck of a year last year and broke the single season record for field goal percentage. How does he, build off of that? Because they need him to be more aggressive. So there's a lot of question marks, and can't wait to see how this team comes together. But you can tell, there's no doubt about it, Fred Hoiberg really likes this team.
He does. 1 o'clock Sunday, we'll hear from Sam in hour 2, and we'll hear from our guys, Kent and Jake. We're back for another year broadcasting Husker basketball. They'll stop by, get their take on the season as well.
Could Andrew even contain himself when they came in to record?
He was in a fog when they were here. I mean, he was like Marcus Carr still in Minnesota. And I mean, just all this stuff that he's spouting out that just wasn't.
Because he's a big fan of that duo, that dynamic duo. So I figured he might be like, kid in a candy store. Yeah.
Geeking out around. So we'll have that for you tonight. Also, want your input tonight. Anything you want to be talking about, 402-413-2400. Fair game with a call or a text. It is our Sports Nightly hotline, brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com anytime, with 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. And you can always find what you are looking for with Woodhouse. Talking to a young guy today, telling me that he spent last weekend going to a haunted house. You a big haunted house person? Do you like to go to those?
No, I hate haunted houses. Hate them. I hate the chainsaws. I don't like to be scared. I hate it. I've never been a fan.
So you avoid those?
Yes. Back in high school, sometimes they have like that as a fundraiser, and no, I'm out on that. I don't like to be scared. I don't like scary movies. None of the above.
I'm not a big fan of the scary movies. I don't love haunted houses, but they don't bother me too much because I know it's it's not real. So I know that walking in, and I kind of
I do too, but it's still like you can't be prepared for when they jump at you.
I know, that's true. They come out of the corner or something, and you're not quite ready. How are you guys? You guys like haunted houses?
Not really. No.
Boy, neither
No.
one. Neither. No. So this is a group. We're a bunch of scaredy cats, I guess, folk here in haunted houses. This is a good time of year to go, though. There are a lot of them out there a week before Halloween gets cranked up. So
is there a maze around here?
There's a couple great pumpkin patches around here.
Yeah, I've heard about pumpkin patches, and I've never done a maze either.
Corn mazes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Both of them have corn mazes. There's a big one up by Omaha, and there's one down south of Lincoln that's pretty good. There's a handful of them in the area. Love corn mazes.
So are you doing some of that this weekend?
No, I'm headed down south. My in-laws are celebrating their anniversary, so we're going to go down and hang out with them a little bit.
Awesome. What year?
60.
Wow, that's a big year.
Yeah, so looking forward to seeing them down there this weekend. So, yeah, and I'll be watching a bunch of football, too. Got to do that, right?
Get your phone all charged up, or will they have TVs at the event?
There'll be TVs. Yeah, there will be TVs at the event, so should be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, get into our pick segment for the week, see how we did last week, and a really interesting batch of games this week with a lot of close spreads. This is what really, I think, it makes it fun, is when it's not obvious that one team's a 30-point favorite over the other. We don't have a lot of those in the picks this week. Time to tell you to buckle up, put the phone down. That's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. More of the show coming up next.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Get ready again for some Nebraska farm facts. When there's work to be done, Nebraska soybeans are on the job in many of your everyday products. In fact, Nebraska soybeans are hard at work in Goodyear tires, Ford cars and trucks, Skechers shoes, asphalt, fuels, lubricants, name brand paints and stains, and more. Soybeans are an innovative replacement for petroleum, leading to more sustainable products all over the world. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
There's a call on the field for a quality seed specific to where you farm. Make the right call with Prairie Valley. With local research in 8 regions throughout Nebraska, Prairie Valley performs with their locally specific hybrids and varieties while achieving the highest quality and yield. No matter where you farm in Nebraska, Prairie Valley has the seed for where you are. Find a local dealer and learn more about the seed for where you are at prairievalleyseeds.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdownsforteachers.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Bank of the West is offering the first checking account designed for climate action. It gives back 1% of the account's net revenue to the planet at no cost to you. Shows you the estimated carbon impact of debit card purchases. And there's no minimum balance required. Learn more at bankofthewest.com/1%. Additional conditions apply. Member FDIC.
Every day, Central Valley Ag supplies energy to our farmers to help feed the globe. CVA continuously monitors propane levels to ensure neither you nor your animals go a day without heat this winter in your home, shop, or livestock barn. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Visit CVACoop.com and learn how you can lock in CVA propane pricing when you register to win heat for the entire winter with tank monitoring valued over $1,500. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics, research, and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too, and we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hoegemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is proud to support Husker athletics. Having a confident teammate beside you makes all the difference when it comes to protecting what matters most. With a proven track record of dependable coverage, unmatched financial strength, and a prompt claim service team right here in Nebraska, that's insurance kept local. Visit FMNE.com to contact an agent for a quote today. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
We're back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you on a Friday night, a bye week for the Huskers, off this week, and then it's 5 straight coming up for the Big Red, starting with the Fighting Illini next Saturday here at Memorial Stadium. Time now for us to do our Big Ten game predictions, which are presented by Choices Treatment Center, helping people make positive choices. But what we like to do each week is go back and review what last week looked like for all of us. Oh, sure we do. Sure we do. Last week was an interesting week. It was not a great week really for anybody, to be honest with you. Penn State, Michigan. We did not all go Penn with Michigan. Tim took Penn State. Michigan won pretty handily, so 4-1.
I'll make no apologies. I went bold.
You thought the bye week might help Penn State a little bit more than it did. Minnesota at Illinois. We were all together on this one, and we were all wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier about which Minnesota team shows up, and that was the wrong Minnesota team that we picked.
They got dominated. Illinois really took it to them. The Illini win. We go 0 for 5. None of us picked Illinois to win that game last week. Maryland at Indiana. Here's a yay team. We all went with the Terps, and they survived even with their quarterback getting hurt in the fourth quarter. They had to go to a backup, but they were able to survive a pesky Indiana team in Bloomington. So 5-0 for the group on that one. Wisconsin at Michigan State. Four of us go down in flames. Wisconsin really probably should have won the game. They lose in overtime. And there was one gallant, brave soul in the group that picked Michigan State.
And I thought he was an idiot for picking them, but I guess, proved me wrong.
Andrew Dowdy with the win and the spike of the football. He gets Sparty to a win, picks up one on the field with that one. Here's Alabama, Tennessee. What a terrific football game. Came down the stretch. That game was wrapping up. So was the double overtime game with Wisconsin and Michigan State at the same time. Tennessee wins it with a kick late to win 52-49. Tim, well done. You took the balls.
This is my worst week of picks, but if there's one pick I got right, that'll be the best pick I make this season. So that was a fun game.
Great game. It really was. There were some really great games, and that was one of them in college football last weekend. All right, to the Big 12 we went last week at Oklahoma State at TCU. This was the guys against the girls on this pick, as Tim, Andrew, and myself all went with the Horned Frogs. Jessica and Molly took Oklahoma State. I thought they were going to win. They were up the whole game.
They were dominating, especially early. They went up 2-3 scores, and that was one of the games that was on at the end when we started our broadcast, so I didn't see how it all unfolded for Oklahoma State, how TCU got back in it. But, oh, my gosh, that was one of the ones I was so mad about. Hearing that score from Coatney, I wanted to turn him off.
So Andrew, Tim, and myself had the Horned Frogs, who stay undefeated. Spoiler alert, we're going to be picking their game coming up here in just a little bit. North Carolina State at undefeated Syracuse. Molly is a wise soul because she went with me, took the orange. They win at home. So Molly and I get the win, and Jessica, Tim, and Andrew took the Wolfpack and did not prevail with that pick. So good job, Molly. Mississippi State at Kentucky. I believed in the old Pirate. I was wrong, but there was one wise soul in our group that went with the Wildcats. Jessica correctly picked Kentucky.
Go me.
There you go.
I guess that makes up for all my bad picks this last week.
USC, Lincoln Riley's team, undefeated, goes into Salt Lake to take on Utah. And only one brave soul stuck his neck on the line and took the Utes. That was me. I get the win. They go for two. They score with 40-some seconds to go for two instead of just tying it with a PAT. It pays off for Kyle Whittingham. They pull the upset over USC. And we wrapped it up with Clemson at Florida State. We all took Clemson. Interesting game. They were in control most of the night, and they win. So we go 5-0, taking the Clemson Tigers. So for the week, we have a new winner. I win with a very modest 6-4 record. Andrew goes 5-5. And then the other three, Jessica, Tim, and Molly, all 4-6s.
That's yikes.
Tough. That's a tough one.
So, Jessica's lead now down to 1 over Andrew. He is right there. A 1-game lead through that. Guess who's in third place now? Molly's jumped up to third place.
Okay,
Tim and
Molly.
She's 4 back of you, and Tim and I are tied. It's with 63 wins on the year. We're 5 back of you. So, it's tightened at the top, though, with Jessica and Andrew just a game apart. Are we ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's start with the hottest one of the week, Iowa to Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Anybody?
Yes.
Tim, anybody?
Buckeyes. No boldness there, Buckeyes.
Okay. They're like a 30-point favorite in that game over the Hawkeyes. This one will be a little bit more interesting. Indiana at Rutgers. Rutgers had a bye week. Remember, they fired their offensive coordinator after the loss to the Huskers 2 weeks ago. So a new OC, Tim, for the Scarlet Knights. Who do you like in this one?
I'm going to go with Indiana. This is another one that, especially in the conference, I was flipping a coin on. And I don't know. After we went in there and saw what the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are, I don't really trust that offense that much. I feel like Indiana could do a little bit more. I think I said something last week about Indiana being outclassed in several games in a row. But I think this is, I wouldn't say get-right game, but a chance for them to kind of get some things right. And I know Rutgers' defense is good, but I'm going to go Indiana.
Okay. Andrew?
I'm also going to go Indiana. I'm not impressed, like what Tim said, I'm not impressed with Rutgers' offense, so I'll go Indiana.
Indiana's offensive line's not very good. Rutgers' defensive line is pretty good. Give me the defensive team and the home team. I'm going Scarlet Knights.
I'm with you. I just saw in person how much fits that Rutgers D-line gave our offensive line, and I don't think Indiana's going to be able to prevent them from getting to the quarterback. So I'm with you. I like Rutgers.
So we're 2-2 with the Rutgers-Indiana pick for tomorrow. All right, Andrew, Purdue, coming off that victory over the Huskers, go to Camp Randall to take on the Badgers, who lost the double overtime game to Michigan State. Who you like in this one?
I'm liking Purdue in this one. I'm not a huge fan on Graham Mertz again, so again, I'll just go Purdue.
All right, Wisconsin's won the last 15 straight against Purdue. Make it 16. The Badgers win at home tomorrow. They'll pound the football at Purdue. They'll play pretty good defense as well. I think they'll be able to shut down O'Connell and win at home tomorrow. Tim?
I'm going O'Connell. I think his passing and his ability to use his experience to his advantage. I know Wisconsin's got a stout defense. There are some times where their secondary and their pass defense is a little shaky, given that their rest of their defense is what's carrying them right now in their run game. Purdue's defense is, it didn't show up great against the Huskers, but I think we have a legitimate offense, so I'm going to go Purdue.
Okay.
I think I'm also rolling with Purdue. I think they, if that team, that offense, and Aiden O'Connell shows up the way and plays the way he played, not a lot of teams are going to be able to beat that. So I'm going to go with Purdue. They're also battle tested.
I'm all by myself with this one. So I'm the only one on the Badgers side of this deal. All right, Jessica, Northwestern at Maryland. The Cats have just been horrific, really, since the game in Ireland. How about this matchup?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Maryland. Is quarterback back?
Questionable.
Yeah.
I still think they got enough weapons and still a much better football team, so I'm going to roll with Maryland.
Yeah, I'm with you. I go Terps in this one. I think because they're the home team and just because I have no confidence in the Cats right now, I'm going Maryland. Andrew?
I'm also going to go Maryland.
Yep, clean sweep here, assuming I don't know what Molly's pick is, but yeah, I'm going Maryland.
Okay. All right, Minnesota at Penn State. Whose turn is this? Tim?
I'm going to go Penn State here.
Okay.
In Minnesota, they're one of those teams that I pick and they break my heart, and they've just been so up and down. And I'm just going to stick with Penn State here. I picked them last week; they let me down, but I'm betting on a bounce back.
Okay.
I'm going with Tim. I'm rolling with the home team, and you know me, I always pick Penn State, so I'm gonna roll with them again this week.
Andrew?
Also going Penn State.
Okay. I'm worried about the hangover effect for the Nittany Lions. They got humbled in the second half by Michigan. Did they get beat up? They lost their undefeated season. Minnesota can't be that bad, right? Yeah, give me Penn State. All right, let's get out of the Big Ten. Let's jump into the ACC. Clemson undefeated, hosting undefeated Syracuse and the Orange. Andrew, what do you think about this matchup?
I actually almost typed out to you Syracuse, but you guys know I'm not a fan of the Clemson quarterback DJ. Oh my goodness!
I don't know why.
I'm still gonna go Clemson.
Jessica?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson too. I haven't picked Syracuse once. They keep biting me, but I don't think it happens this week. I don't think they win this week.
Yep, I'm with that.
Clemson.
Same methodology.
They are a 2-touchdown favorite. I just put it on here because it's a battle of unbeaten teams. You don't have usually a lot of unbeaten teams left in October. And Syracuse has had a charmed year to this point. That ends
Maybe it'd be a
tomorrow.
little bit more interesting if it was Clemson at Syracuse, but the fact that Syracuse is at Clemson, to me, I just don't think they can get it done.
I've actually been to the Dome for this matchup. It was probably 9 years ago, and that was the Sammy Watkins days when he was at Clemson, and it was not a close game.
It was a beatdown.
Yeah. So different teams, obviously.
They have upset Clemson in the past, though.
Yes,
Syracuse
they
has.
can be competitive there, and I know what it's. I've said it before. I went to college up there, but this year, like Jess said, I think this week is not the week.
All right, we'll go to the Pac-12 next. This is an interesting matchup. Undefeated UCLA. They've kind of been the darling, one of the darlings of college football this fall. They go up to Eugene to take on the Ducks. Oregon had that early stumble against Georgia, but has been perfect since then. I feel like this is a little bit like last week's SC-Utah game. Undefeated team going on the road. I think the same result happens here. Give me the Ducks in an upset.
I like Oregon too, and I do think I'm a believer now in UCLA, but they haven't left the Rose Bowl, and I know that's not that great of an atmosphere, but they haven't really been challenged on the road. Oregon's going to be rocking at home. They've found some rhythm since they got beat in that first game, so I like the Ducks at home.
I'm going to differ here. I'm going to go with UCLA. I think they throw it a little bit better and they stop the run a little bit better. I think that Oregon's strength, they're a very good team, but they can run real well, and I think, like you guys said, it's a great environment up there in Eugene, but I'm going to go with the Bruins here. I'm with UCLA.
Andrew?
I'm going to go with Tim. I'm also going with UCLA. I'm pretty high on Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I think he's a great offensive threat, and I think he thrives on away games, and I think he's going to play with a chip on his shoulder.
All right, we're 2-2 on that matchup. 2 with the Ducks, 2 with UCLA. I think there's rain in the forecast for that game. I said upset. I believe Oregon's favored in this game, so it really wouldn't be an upset if they win. All right, Jessica to the Big 12. We go back to the Big 12. Texas on the road at Oklahoma State. Can the Cowboys rally after blowing that lead last week?
They can. They will. I'm going to roll with the Pokes again. I've rolled with them all year. I think they bounce back. This is a good football team, and TCU's a good football team. They were right there, even though I know they were probably disappointed, but I think Oklahoma State is a better football team. They're better than Texas and at home, and they get fired up to play those Longhorns. So give me the Pokes at home.
Wow, Andrew, I'm sure you agree with that.
No, just because Jessica had to say that, I'm going to go Texas now.
Hook 'em.
I'm going Texas.
Woo!
I'm going Texas. This is a coin flip for me. I was reading somewhere that Spencer Sanders is a little bit beat up. He's going to play, but he's a little bit beat up. So give me Quinn Ewers and the mullet. I'm going with Texas.
I think the mullet they've got some magic over the Longhorns in Stillwater. I'm going with the home team. Give me the Pokes. So here we go again. The last two games have been you and I against these two. UCLA, Oregon, and now this game. So, all right, let's stay in the Big 12. Kansas State and TCU, the Horned Frogs, one of those undefeated teams left. Andrew, in college football. How about Adrian Martinez taking his team down to Fort Worth? What do you think?
Man, I'm impressed with 9 a.m.'s playing days this day, but I'm still going to go with TCU.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. And I, like Andrew said, I've been really impressed not only with Adrian, but how Kansas State has used him and built their offense this year. But I think this is a mismatch favoring TCU. I think they're going to throw the ball, and I think they're going to, again, I picked them a lot this year, and I'm going to stick with it because the Horned Frogs haven't let me down.
This is a real battle in styles. K-State will try to run the clock, run the football, get Adrian out, run his legs, try to shorten the game a little bit, keep the ball away from TCU's offense. I think this is a really close game. I want to pick K-State, but I'm going to go with the home front. Give me the Frogs, but I think I will not be shocked if K-State wins this game.
I got to go with TCU, too. I think they got a lot of momentum right now. And, again, that's a good football team, and they've been battle-tested, too. And at home, that place is going to be rocking at night. And that train, that horn is going to be blowing a lot.
All right, to the SEC, Ole Miss at LSU. Tim, I'm going to let you lead us off on this one.
This is another coin flip. Yep. Ole Miss has been so good this year. I love their offense. I'm going to stick with them. I think this is the game they really do get tested. LSU is so tough at home, but I'm going Ole Miss.
Okay.
I think for that very reason, I'm going LSU. Ole Miss hasn't been tested on the road. They haven't played anybody good on the road, and LSU is going to be a really tough place to play. Even though it's at 2:30, I'm going to go with LSU.
For that very reason, you taught me this a couple weeks ago. It's not a night game in Baton Rouge. It eliminates the home field advantage. They're not liquored up and ready to go. Ole Miss, the lane train, keeps trucking through, Andrew. Give me Ole Miss.
Okay, I like it, but I'm going LSU. I'm going LSU.
So we're 2-2 on that one. Okay. But you two against Andrew and I. Tim and I are with Ole Miss.
Yep.
All right, we wrap it up. We'll go to the AAC, Cincinnati at SMU. Jessica, I know you're a big fan of SMU's quarterback, used to be at Oklahoma. They're only 3-3, though, on the year. How about this one?
I do like Tanner Mordecai. I think he's special and has done some good things there. But I like Cincinnati coming off the bye. I think they're going to be too much for SMU.
I'm with you. They're, I think, a well-rounded football team. So give me the Bearcats to win on the road. I think it's a pretty good game, but I think Cincinnati wins.
Yep, I picked Cincy for those. You guys summed it up really well. But, yeah, I'm going with the Bearcats.
Clean sweep.
Wow. I thought somebody might dip their toe on SMU on that one. All right. Should be a good week. 10 games. We'll see how we fare. Somebody's got to do better than 6 wins, right, this week?
Let's hope.
That's not a really good percentage.
Chat outperformed us
the chat room
pretty
did?
well. I think last week. I think I saw a bunch of guys.
How's the chat room doing?
They wanted you to announce it, so I got to go back up here because they
keep track of the standings too.
Let's see here. The winners in the chat last week: Joseph went 7-4, Gavin 6-5, Jim 6-5, Crypto 5-6. Corn 5-6, Trey 5-6, John 4-7, Garrett 3-8.
Well, they must have picked the game we didn't because we only had 10 games. They had
I think they added. I think they picked the Nebraska game. I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, we're not allowed to do that. So, all right, that's really fun right there. Good stuff. Hey, if you or someone you love has a gambling problem, call Choices Treatment Center at 402-476-2300 or go to the website choicestreatmentcenter.com. All right, phone lines, text lines back open for you, 402-413-2400. We're back with more Sports Nightly next.
Woodhouse Mazda and Woodhouse Place Mazda are the Omaha Metro's exclusive Mazda dealers. Conveniently located in Bellevue or in Millard off 144th and Giles Road. You can shop, finance, and buy your next Mazda SUV or sedan your way. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you to your next vehicle, and our full service department is there for you when your vehicle needs maintenance. Visit us at WoodhouseMazda.com or WoodhousePlaceMazda.com to learn more.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
Turnover by Minnesota. On the right side, C.J. Wiltshire, 3-ball. Bang! A ring! A ring, a ring, a ring! Huskers, 18-point lead now at 50-32.
Hey Huskers fans, this Sunday, Nebraska men's basketball is back. Join us at noon as Kent Pavelka and Jake Muhleisen are back to bring you all the action as the Huskers take on Chadron State. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics research and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here too, and we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hogemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Sam Pineda with Campus News. Husker students on the debate team and Bateman competition public relations team earned national championships this past year, marking a first for each program. The debate team claimed victory with one of the youngest teams in the country, while the Bateman competition public relations team won their championship by building a PR campaign for the Lymphoma Research Foundation.
More Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic care first. Studies show that chiropractic is safe, drug-free, and the most effective treatment option for back, neck, and joint pain. It can also help patients of all ages reduce migraines, improve mobility, and maximize athletic performance. Keep the entire family healthy and active with natural, cost-effective chiropractic care. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so cold. The furnace is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. Beardmore Subaru celebrates Nebraska volleyball again this season. 5 national championships, 47 All-Americans, and a home sellout streak dating back to 2001. The longest streak for any women's sport in NCAA history. Beardmore Subaru has been a proud supporter of Husker volleyball for more than 10 years. Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue has the new Subaru Outback Wilderness, Loaded with off-road ready upgrades and the new Solterra, Subaru's first ever all-electric and all-wheel drive vehicle. Go Big Red.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center. It is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. It's a Friday night edition of Sports Nightly here on the Huskers Radio Network. If you want to be a part of the program, 402-413-2400. Carla on our text line said, happy birthday, Jessica. Hope you had a terrific day.
Thank you. I did. I had a great day.
Carla is always so upbeat.
And kind
Yes.
and positive.
Yes. Very much so. Buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. The chat room, our YouTube chat room, they're discussing scary movies. Crypto King thinks The Exorcist has to be the scariest movie of all time, that he had bad dreams after watching that one.
I don't watch scary movies. I don't. I literally don't. So I wouldn't be able to be in on that conversation.
That's a lot of people really thrive on that. I guess all four of us are kind of scaredy cats. We'd probably bring in Sammy and Molly, and they'd like be going, yes, more. Want to see more of those. Do a nighttime marathon of those things.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, Halloween. I do like Halloween a lot, but I love the candy part of it as well. If you've got a scary movie, pop it in with a text or call us. We can talk some scary movies here on a Friday night edition. This is supposed to, I guess, be our party show, so we can kind of turn it into a movie party show here.
What's crazy to me is like, and we, I think because we had all these people in the chat, you know, suggesting Halloween costumes. We've had people on the text line. But this isn't even the Halloween weekend. Next weekend is.
We're busy, though, next week because we have a game and all that.
And then we start coaches shows with basketball and all of that. But, like, it's just crazy because, like, next weekend, and then we actually have a show on Halloween.
We do. That's the
31st.
Is that Monday?
Is Monday.
Yeah, we do. We do. I wonder if we'll have any trick-or-treaters come up here and knock on the door. Are we allowed to open the door for trick-or-treaters? I don't know.
Well, we've had some scary people on some nights of concerts in costumes that
we did. We had somebody that had a Crossbones costume on come up here. They were at the wrong place. There's supposed to be a PBA, not here.
Yes.
That was weird. That was strange. That was really.
If little kids came up, I would open the door and give them some candy.
Sure. But I'm not sure we should really advertise that too much, though, but we do have a candy dish in here. We get people come in here and grab our candy stuff all the time. Coaches pop in here, grab that, and leave. Don't stick around and say hi to us. They just come in and walk out with that. I want to wish everybody good luck if you're running in the Good Life Halvesy on Sunday. That'll be going through the streets of Lincoln. I am not a runner. I know a lot of people are, and some that are in our audience are as well. Good luck to you. It should be good weather for that this weekend. And they end in the rail yard. So, Andrew, you'll probably see a bunch of them running around down there on Sunday, but it's a big deal. A lot of people running that.
Do people speed walk it?
Oh, I'm sure there's some people that do a little bit of speed
walking. So this isn't like
it's not a full marathon. Yeah. It's a half marathon. So, and they do have a full marathon in Lincoln in May. So they have that in May, and then the Good Life Halvesy is here in October. So that should be a lot of fun for people. So good luck if you're doing that on Sunday. Dave in Omaha, happy birthday, Jessica. 29 looks good on you. Is that right?
Yes, 29.
Okay.
I'll roll with it.
Art in Los Angeles says Psycho was a very scary movie. I agree. I have seen Psycho. It was, yes, a little bit disturbing.
I've not seen Psycho.
to say the least. Hey, folks, go visit a participating AGCO dealer between now and November the 4th and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Wisconsin football game in Lincoln on November 19th. Plus, pregame tailgate. Go see participating AGCO locations across Nebraska, and you could be a winner this season. 402-413-2400. Need to slip in our final break. Back to wrap up Hour 1 next.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more.
Got it!
Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone in the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
Turnover by Minnesota. On the right side, C.J. Wiltshire, 3-ball. Bang! A ring! A ring, a ring, a ring! Huskers, 18-point lead now at 50-32.
Hey Huskers fans, this Sunday, Nebraska men's basketball is back. Join us at noon as Kent Pavelka and Jake Muhleisen are back to bring you all the action as the Huskers take on Chadron State. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, it is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. 402-413-2400, the number to dial us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. Dennis on our text line said, instead of a movie, Jessica should watch the old TV series Outer Limits from the 1960s. I wonder if you could even find that. I'm not sure you can access that. I don't remember that, Dennis. I remember the Twilight Zone, but I don't remember Outer Limits.
I like even some of those thrillers I can't watch, like the Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever.
Was Andrew?
Andrew was the one we were talking about. I couldn't watch that either. I didn't make it through the first episode.
One of my daughters said she was watching. I'm like, why are you watching that? That is so. Whoa, that gives me the willies thinking about that guy. Yeah, that's not much fun.
Like that kind of stuff I don't even like. So I'm like, nope.
No, I'm with you on that. Hey, fans, win a Husker football road trip package courtesy of AAA Nebraska. Package includes 2 tickets to the Black Friday game in Iowa City. You'll get a gas card and hotel accommodations. Enter at huskers.com/AAA road trip. Expect something more with AAA. That'll be here before you know it. We'll get to Thanksgiving. Seems like there's no time at all between the end of Halloween and Thanksgiving. It just flies by that whole month. And I think it's because we're really busy with the crossover sports.
I saw a tweet the other day that someone said, "Hey, October, can you slow down? We haven't figured out who's cooking Thanksgiving yet."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
October is just flown.
Oh, my gosh.
It is just flown by.
We've had one home football game in October, and it was on the 1st.
Yeah.
The first day of the month. We don't get one until next Saturday with Illinois coming to town. So just 2 home football games in the entire month of October. And volleyball's only had 2 home matches in October. They'll have a third one next weekend as well. So only 3 home matches for Husker volleyball and 2 home football games in the entire month of October. It's crazy how quickly it has gone by. Yesterday was one of those, well, they call it the sports equinox, because you had all 4 professional sports leagues playing on the same day. You had an NFL game last night. Cardinals with Kyler Murray, who, by the way, got into it with his head coach on the sidelines. They played the Saints last night. You had MLB playoffs going on. You had the NBA and the NHL all happening. Not very many days of the year do you have all 4 major league big pro sports playing at the same day.
Is that the only time, I guess? Is it?
Well, you probably would have it Sunday, right? Because Sunday the NBA be playing NHL. Probably there'll be Major League Baseball playoffs. There's probably 4 or 5 days of the year where they're all going at the same time.
But this is the only time, right? The only season that it's all going. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Let's go to Auburn and John. Good evening, John. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Happy belated birthday, Jessica. And
thank you, John.
I wondered what your feelings are about coaches when they get fired and don't come out with a statement at all ever. I expected maybe Scott to come out with something like, sorry, things didn't work out, but it's always going to be my home, and, anything like that. Or, thanks for making me a millionaire 20 times over. But no, what are you guys' thoughts on coaches not making a statement after they leave the program? Thank you.
I think it depends. I mean, Mike Riley attended his own firing press conference a couple years ago. That seemed a little odd to me, but I don't know that it's that unusual that a coach doesn't say anything when they have been dismissed. Obviously, there's sadness, and it's a life-changing moment in their lives. So I don't know that it's that unusual that a coach gets fired and doesn't say anything.
But I do kind of think, though, it's a little different, though, when it was a former player that played here and is from here and has great ties. Maybe I could see that, but also I can also see, I think eventually maybe Scott will come back around, but he had some tough times with the media and was misquoted sometimes, had some things that were really blown out of proportion sometimes, and so I can see how he might have been a little hardened and not wanted to deal with any of that. But I think eventually he will come back around, and I think he'll be welcome back at some point, because again, he still is and Trev said it, he's forever a Husker and is one of us, and did a lot of good things as a player here and has meant a lot to the state. So I could see both sides a little bit.
I'm trying to think back. I don't think Bo Pelini made any statement when he was done. I don't think Bill Callahan did. I mean, again, I'm going off the top of my head here. So I think it's probably more rare that they do than they don't. The fact that Scott is a Husker might change the dynamics. I think that's a fair point to say, this is your school. Maybe you do say something at the end.
Yeah, and even just that this team meant a lot to him. I mean, we know how much he liked the guys in this locker room, too. So maybe something there and saying, this is a team that's got a lot of talent. And obviously, and then Trev said it the other night in his show, it's a credit to the guys a lot of the guys that Scott recruited, that they are able to move forward and still have positive things happen this season, because there's a lot of good character guys in that locker room. So ultimately, that was a head coach that helped bring a lot of those guys in.
And Trev did say that Scott, he was in the locker room and Scott talked to the team after being told he was being dismissed, and said Scott had delivered a really good message to the team on that. So that's a great question. I appreciate the thought and throwing that out there for us tonight. Our Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations, or online at woodhouse.com anytime. With 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned, you can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Hey, time to tell you also to buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Hour 1 of the books, we'll talk some Husker basketball in hour 2. Sam Griesel, Kent Pavelka, Jake Muhleisen, all of them will jump on board here in hour 2.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
At Nebraska, our people will always be our greatest asset. Day by day, donors give our teams the best opportunity to compete and win through their generous donations. Our vision for the future is ambitious and requires help from those who want to see Husker athletics excel at the highest level. Go big and join thousands of other Huskers Athletic Fund members with your gift today at huskers.com/donate.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
With the GoCurrency.com sports ticker, I'm Tim Mulhelped on the Huskers Radio Network, and we welcome you into a Friday show here in Hour 2 of Sports Nightly. Congratulations to Huskers soccer. We'll start there, earning a massive win last night over Penn State, 24th ranked in the country up at Hibner Stadium. The score was 4-2, and the leading scorer for the Huskers with 2 goals last night, Florence Belzile, and she had 2 goals in the first 7 minutes of the game. The Huskers set a Barb Hibner Stadium record since they moved over to the Big Ten, scoring 4 goals in the first half. They had never done that before. And our own Huskers Radio Network intern, but more importantly, the goalie of the Husker soccer team, Sammy Hawk, made 13 saves in a stellar win for the Huskers. And congratulations as well to the women's basketball sophomore forward, and that's Alexis Markowski, who was honored today being named one of 20 candidates in the nation to the Lisa Leslie Award watch list, the award given to the top women's basketball center in the nation each year. Markowski and the Huskers will open their preseason next week when they take on Washburn next Sunday, October 30th at 1 p.m. at the PBA. In pro sports tonight, currently it's Game 3 of the NLCS between the Phillies and Padres. That series is tied at 1 apiece, but the score is not, as it's a 1-0 lead for the Phillies early in that game. And then over in the NBA, it's a rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. In the first quarter, it's almost even. It was 16-15 last look, with Miami leading the Celtics in Miami. Later tonight, it'll be a 9 p.m. showdown for the defending MVP Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets as they take on the defending champion Warriors. In the NHL tonight, currently the Lightning are in a battle. No score between the Lightning and Panthers in Florida. Those are 2 of the best teams in the NHL, renewing their rivalry. And at 8 p.m., it's the upstart Seattle Kraken taking on the defending champion Colorado Avalanche. And in the NFL, no game today, but the 49ers and Panthers made news last night. Carolina traded superstar running back Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers for a return of a future 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick. This update is presented by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for heavy machinery, ag equipment, trucks, trailers, and more. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhelped, and Hour 2 of Sports Nightly is next on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Lonnie Dotson, the former BYU Cougar, serves. Good pass, Maddie. Quick attack, pick, Alec. You can't stop her. You just try to contain her.
Snap back, Casey looking to throw. Holds, throws deep down the field, looking for Palmer at the goal line, makes a catch. Touchdown, Nebraska. Trey Palmer burns the secondary of the Boilermakers.
Now Northwestern on the black tops. Thomas Ayara, triple block. The triple. Second big red block of the afternoon. Caitlin Horde, Whitney and Lonstein. Allie Peyton Horse. That's about 20 feet of combined humanity.
Snap. Back to throw. Steps, throws wide open at the 45. Making the catches. Palmer to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Breaks a tackle to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Down to the 7-yard line. Another big, huge play by Trey Palmer. He's over 200 yards receiving in this game.
Back row. Here comes a free ball by the libero. And it's a near kill until Lexi Rodriguez saved it. Unreal. Free ball over. Long shoot set. And a miss hit by Allie Holland. Lexi Rodriguez kept it alive. It's 19-9. They're on their feet in Lincoln.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Folks, I hope I can power through this last hour. I'm so tired today. I was up till the wee hours of the morning last night to see the Taylor Swift release.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Finally came out about 2 a.m.
Is T Swift a favorite in your household?
Couple of my girls, yes.
Yes.
That
but
would be
only
yes.
Two of 3?
Yeah, just 2 of the 3.
I'm a huge T Swift fan.
So is Wilhelm Breidenbach, I guess, right?
Yes. That was funny.
Did he tweet something?
Yeah, so he apparently the guys that run the digital account, the social account for men's basketball, knew that he was a big fan of Taylor Swift and asked him if he could send them a picture of him wearing her hoodie. And he said, well, which one? I'm wearing the red one today. Is that one all right? The one from her Red album. So, yeah, he was boy, she blew up like the most streamed Spotify artist, and it broke all kinds of records. Not surprising, but those Swifties, man, they are loyal. And apparently Wilhelm Breidenbach is a Swiftie.
There you go. I'm not sure I would have guessed that, but good for him. I mean, it's embarrassing sometimes sitting around here in the afternoon. You hear Andrew over there, humming some of the songs from Taylor Swift. But Wilhelm Breidenbach.
He's not one that you would think would be a Taylor Swift. You'd think he'd be like Led Zeppelin guy.
Yeah.
Like a hard rocker.
Yeah.
Maybe a punk guy. What? Tim's like, I chimed in with the habit.
Andrew or Tim, what was the concert where we talked about an hour one with the person who was dressed up in the Crossbones
Andrew
costume?
left the building.
What was that artist's name that was performing at PBA that night?
We'll look that one up. I remember the costumes.
Yeah,
not
I don't
the name.
remember who that. I had no clue it was.
Yeah, that was the one that they were coming in here and dressed up and banging on the door, right?
Yeah. Bad Blood. Wasn't that one of Taylor Swift's songs?
Now you
That's
got
one of her
Bad
big ones.
Blood.
Yeah. That's one of the big ones. Yeah. All right. Well, we've let this get off the rails here.
Party show.
Yeah, that's what happens. Friday nights, folks. We can't hold it together here. Hoop starts Sunday. Lisa, the exhibition game, the one exhibition home game for the Big Red is Sunday with Chadron State. You had a chance to catch up with a couple of Huskers, including Sam Griesel, who's a Lincoln native coming back to play his final year of college basketball for the Huskers.
It was funny. I asked Derek Walker, what does Sam Griesel bring to the point guard spot? And he said, well, first of all, when I answer that question, I say shoulders. But I think just having a big point guard for a lot of these players, they've never had one like that, and the way he can see the floor. So, yeah, and I've talked to him a few times. Of course, he was one of the guys that we had on the big screen for a football game, and it was cool standing next to him down there because he was excited about that. And then we talked to him at opening night. But this is the first time he's actually playing in front of Husker Nation and his hometown team. So, can't wait to see him out on the court. So here is Sam Griesel previewing the exhibition game coming up on Sunday. How ready is this team? How excited are you guys?
We're all really, very prepared. It's been a long summer, long fall. We've been playing the same guys for a really long time now, and we just can't wait for Sunday. We're super excited.
What has been the goals of this team to be ready to go for the exhibition game before you get this thing kicked off?
I think just getting better each day and focusing on that. I think a lot of the times, especially from the outside looking in, a lot of people have, really big expectations or big goals, and when you just kind of simplify it and take it day by day, game by game, I think that's when teams are really successful. So that's been our main focus.
There's a lot of new pieces that are coming together. How do you feel like the gelling has gone?
It's been great. I love these guys, especially me as a new guy. I mean, we have a lot of new guys, but everyone is, finding their role, I think, with this team, and we all love each other off the floor. And that really translates well on the floor, and I think we're really starting to see that in practice. And like I said, we're just getting better together each day, and a lot of that has to do with our chemistry off the floor, and that's translating on the floor.
Defense seems to be a word we hear a lot of from everybody on this team that I've talked to leading up to now. So what's that been like in the emphasis, and what is the goal defensively for this team?
First and foremost, it's been a lot of fun. I think defense is where a lot of the energy comes from in basketball games, and there's been a giant emphasis, I would say, over the summer and into the fall, and we're going to keep that emphasis throughout the season. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're flying around, having fun, talking, and I think it's going to generate a lot of energy for us and our fan base.
How important is a buy-in from an entire team? Because if one guy doesn't buy in defensively, it can break everything down. So the fact that everybody's kind of buying into that, how important is it? Yeah, I mean, we've really emphasized the fact that, we're all doing this together. And just like you said, when even one person isn't on the same page, it can all break down. And so, we got to make sure that we're all on the same page and paying attention to the little things, the details that it takes to be a good defensive team. And we're watching film every day. And just like I've said before, just getting better each day, especially on the defensive end. Why don't you go back to when you made the transition to being a point guard? I mean, what was that like going to running the point for a couple years ago, and then how it's evolved for you to what it is now? Yeah, I feel like each day, even now, I learn something new, especially being under Coach Hoiberg. Such a knowledgeable guy, especially in the basketball realm. But, I mean, it's been the most fun that I've had playing basketball in my entire life. Each year it gets better and better. And 3 years ago when I made the switch, I was
a little hesitant, but I knew that I could do it, and just gaining confidence each day. And it's so much fun. I enjoy it so much.
What do you like about it?
Just being, the vocal leader out there and, bringing the team into the huddles, making sure everyone's on the same page, and just kind of being that rock solid guy for, especially our younger guys to look to. But yeah, just making sure everyone's on the same page and kind of being the quarterback of the offense has been really cool.
You said you believe that you could do it. What made you believe that it could be a position that you could take on?
Just the work that I put in, and honestly, the leadership that I had my first few years in college really helped. And just, watching the older guys and kind of learning under them, and then, taking that into my game and being that for the younger guys now is something that I really try to do and really try to implement into my game, and making sure that especially the young guys are on the same page as what we're trying to do, and just going forward with that.
You mentioned Coach Hoiberg, obviously one of the great offensive minds in basketball. So what are specifically some of the things you've learned under him as a point guard?
His out of timeout offenses, like just the actions that we run and he draws up. It's like every single time we draw something up on the board in the scrimmage or something, and I'm like, this is going to be wide open every single time. that's just my thought process. Now just being able to learn under him and watch film with him, at least a few times a week, and I learned so much from him, especially on the offensive end, and I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot more throughout this year.
How much do you enjoy getting guys involved like CJ and Casey who can knock it out from the outside, but then also Derek Walker inside too? Yeah,
first and foremost, they're great guys, great teammates, and I think that's really consistent throughout this whole team. And those are big energy guys for us. When those two are hitting shots and we can get them open looks, it's going to open up everything else for us. And then Derek just being that bruiser down there. And he's always very quick to mention his thanks to me when I give him a good pass down there. So that's always fun.
Has that been a fun transition though, going from somebody who had to score a bunch to now being the guy who basically is looking to get people involved first?
Yeah, those guys make my job really easy. Like I said, when we can spread the floor out, then I can get downhill and get to the rim, which is what I really want to do and distribute. And I have the utmost confidence that any of the four other guys that are on the floor with me, whenever I hit them, they're going to make that shot. And that's just the confidence that I have in them and the team camaraderie that we have.
What needs to happen? What do you guys need to accomplish in this exhibition game coming up?
I think not making the moment bigger than it actually is. We know it's an exhibition game. It's the first time we're going to be in front of PBA, and especially for me, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie, but just making sure that we're all on the same page and we get better, I think is the biggest thing. And going into each game, we just want to keep getting better. And we'll finish up that game and watch film and get better the next day. And I think just making sure it's not a huge shock for us, and just doing what we do, and it's just a basketball game.
You got a little butterflies yet, or going to have them?
Yeah, I've had butterflies since I committed. So yeah, I'm just really excited to get those out of the way. And just I'm gonna know a lot of people out there, but just I know it's a lot bigger than basketball, and that's going to be a big thing for me this year, just with this community, and just try to make it bigger than basketball and have a big impact here. So
great stuff. Appreciate your time.
Yep, thank you.
There's a lot of cool guys, neat guys that are older, have experience on this team, and they're coming together. So I can't wait to see how that all gels in an exhibition game and to start the season here, because for Fred talking about that a lot of times that's kind of a risk to take, but these are all so many guys with so much experience, and they kind of know how to fit in where they need to be fit in, and so I can't wait to see how it all comes together. And I've been to a few practices, and then Andrew and I went out to their intro video shoot. They are just so kind and nice, and they come up and talk to you and thanks for coming. And I love going to their gym and being around that team. They just have a lot of really good guys.
Folks will pick up on that, I think, as they watch this team play. I got asked this today. I want to ask you guys all this too. Who leads this team in scoring? And I'll give you my answer so you guys can think about it a little bit. I think it's going to be Emmanuel. I think Emmanuel will be the guy that can get to the free throw line. He can draw contact. And sometimes when you get to the free throw line, you get those kind of cheap points like that. But he also is a pretty good shooter. So I'm going with Emmanuel.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Derek Walker. I think it needs to be Derek Walker. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it's CJ Wiltshire either. I think he's a guy that We saw it going last year. He's going to be able to shoot it, and I think there's going to be not as much pressure on him. I think there's other guys that can help get things going besides just Bryce. And so I think if Derek is looking to score, I think it could be a number of 4 or 5 different guys each and every night. But I think it's probably going to be, to me, I think Derek Walker will probably lead the team in scoring.
How about you guys?
Somebody that I'm thinking that's going to be very high. I'm high on Blaze Keita.
To lead the team in scoring?
Leading in scoring. I like him offensively. I like him defensively. I know you're giving me that look, but
I don't think he's going to play enough. But
I think he's going to play, but I think he's more of a defensive specialist. And I think he blocks shots. He clogs up the lane. He gets some trash buckets where he's offensive board and put back. I don't think he's one. He's not really, his range needs to improve a little bit more before he can be an elite scorer.
Tim, you got a guess?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jess. Well, I agree with Jess's alternate there. I think CJ. For a lot of the same reasons. I think, with bigger size on the floor, hopefully things open up a little bit more if we have more people committing down low to, maybe opening things on the perimeter a little bit for him and just seeing him grow a little bit. There were some times last year where you could see that ceiling, and I think he's going to be more in a featured role this year. So I'm going CJ.
Interesting that none of us picked the guy you just talked to.
Because I don't think that's his.
Last year he scored 13 a game.
I know, but that's.
Which is more than anybody in Nebraska's got.
I don't think that's going to be his role.
I
think it's. Now, I think he's going to have some mismatch problems, and there might be games that he does score a lot. But I think for him, it's going to be him looking to pass first and then score. Whereas I think he had to score in the past. And I think now he's trying to be more of a facilitator. But we'll see. We'll see how teams try to match up with him because he's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you put like a 5'10", 6 foot on a 6'7" point guard, he's going to back you down into the lane. So we'll see how teams try to match up with him. But
it could be interesting because I could see nights CJ goes for 20. And then he'll have a game where he scores 5.
That's what I'm saying. It could be somebody different every night.
Well, yeah, and I think that will be the case.
I think you might have 5 or 6 guys that average around 9, 10, 11 a game.
Agree. And I love teams like that.
Yeah.
Because then everybody's defense, they're going, well, who do we take away? And everybody will pick somebody different to try to take away. And I think Coach Hoiberg and the staff can go, that's okay. We'll just go to we'll go here this game.
Yep. And I think that's where having a guy like Sam, who is a cerebral point guard, nothing against Alonzo Verge. He did some special things. But he wasn't always a guy that was thinking facilitate things for teammates and stuff. So I think having a point guard that can see the mismatches and help exploit those. That's why Jazz Shelley is so good, because she can see mismatches so well. And so I think hopefully that will help open things up where it is. You do have a lot of different guys contributing to the stat sheet.
No lat to pick from this group for this team. Sam on our text line said, hey, would Taylor Swift sell out Memorial Stadium?
Sam, I have been saying that from the time we started discussing who besides Garth Brooks could sell out. I've argued that from the start, because I'm telling you, Swifties are crazy and they are loyal and they will travel from all over to see it. And so she's got such a massive following. Yep. I think she would. And she's got enough mixed bag of tricks where she does have some country, that she could play some country, she could play some pop, I think she could. And then she is always known to have special guests that come in that help perform. And so, I don't know. I think absolutely she could be someone that helps sell out Memorial Stadium.
Good point, Sam. I think you're onto something there. Folks, if the Huskers return the first or second half opening kickoff for a touchdown, you could win a $54,000 credit on a new vehicle from any Woodhouse Auto Family dealership this season. A contestant chosen each game week. Go to huskers.com/Woodhouse for official rules and how to get yourself entered. All right, when we come back, the fellas, Kent and Jake, will be here. We'll talk some more Husker hoops next.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Sam Pineda with Campus News. For the 5th straight year, the University of Nebraska system is a top 100 patent-earning institution. NU system researchers were granted 43 patents in 2021, with UNL researchers named as inventors on 25 of these patents. Husker patents include 3 projects with partners at the University of Nebraska Medical Center and 6 patents for a surgical robot developed by faculty in the College of Engineering.
The name on the mailbox may say Smith, Myers, Baumgartner, or Johnson, but when you choose to plant with Rob Seco, it includes your name too. making you a stockholder in a company that's invested in you. With the simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, relationships that bring more to the table, the technology, traits, and genetics that take on local conditions, and people with the know-how to use it. At Rob Seco, the only stockholder we listen to is you.
Woodhouse Nissan makes car buying easy, enjoyable, and stress-free. We will bring the dealership to your driveway with Nissan at Home. You can shop, drive, and buy a new or pre-owned Nissan all from the comfort of your own home. Explore every aspect of the purchasing process at your pace and convenience. Get real pricing on your vehicle of choice, review lease and financing options, and complete a credit application. Get to your next adventure faster with Woodhouse Nissan.
Farmers can make what seems impossible reality with a little hard work and ingenuity. They find solutions to reduce inputs and improve their yield. Valley Irrigation is no different. As the leader in irrigation technology, we deliver results and optimize your operation. Because when you have a vision for the future, you need the people that can make it possible by your side. Expect what's next. Expect what's possible from Valley. Visit us at valleyirrigation.com.
Turnover by Minnesota. On the right side, C.J. Wiltshire, 3-ball. Bang! A ring! A ring, a ring, a ring! Huskers, 18-point lead now at 50-32.
Hey Huskers fans, this Sunday, Nebraska men's basketball is back. Join us at noon as Kent Pavelka and Jake Muhleisen are back to bring you all the action as the Huskers take on Chadron State. Tune into your local affiliate or at Huskers.com or by using the Huskers mobile app. Go Big Red.
Families who travel to Nebraska's only Ronald McDonald House are facing extremely uncomfortable situations. Their child is sick in an unfamiliar city, unsure of how to handle it all. But when they walk in the Ronald McDonald House, they can find comfort in the little things. A quiet moment away from the bombardment of beeps and buzzes in a hospital room. The taste of a home-cooked meal. A calming voice saying it'll be okay. Help us provide the little things that make a big difference. Support a one-night stay for a family in need by visiting rmhcomaha.org/Huskers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's to the locals, raised right here in the Western Corn Belt. The strong ones. We help them grow stronger, making world-class genetics, research, and technology local. The cutting-edge yet common-sense agronomy, the shake-em-up yields. Because we're born and raised here, too. And we'll keep raising the bar to ensure you only get the best at Hoegemeyer. Raised local, raised right here. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Every day, Central Valley Ag supplies energy to our farmers to help feed the globe. CVA continuously monitors propane levels to ensure neither you nor your animals go a day without heat this winter in your home, shop, or livestock barn. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Visit CVACoop.com and learn how you can lock in CVA propane pricing when you register to win heat for the entire winter with tank monitoring valued over $1,500. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Well. Look what we see, the dynamic duo, Kent and Jake, back together again. Hello, fellas. How we doing,
Greg? Good to see you, man. It's basketball season.
How about that? I get the weekend off. You guys got to work.
Right.
I'm loving this.
That's okay. That's okay. We're psyched.
We're excited. Yeah, absolutely. Great to have you both back this year. This is going to be different, Kent. This team's going to have a little bit different feel to it, don't you think, than the last couple Fred Hoiberg teams?
Absolutely. I think that it's a team that I'm going to like better than last year, and I think the fans are going to like better than last year. I liked last year's team. Okay, they won 10 games. I think this team is going to be way. I'll just say it, way less selfish. Obviously watching Nebraska basketball last year, the ball got stuck a lot on the offensive end, either with Bryce or Alonzo. Yeah. And I don't think you'll see that this year. I think you'll see them play like they're coached to play, and I think you'll see just almost a demonic kind of effort on defense, which I think the crowd will love. I think they'll be competitive, and I'd be surprised if anybody kicks them real hard, at home or anywhere really. I mean, I think that they'll be in games.
Yeah, I agree. I think this team's going to be defense first mentality, which Nebraska fans are going to love, and I think if we really buy into that. And KP mentioned it. I think we can get some rebounds, get some defensive boards, and get out and run. And that's where, what's what Fred wants to do. We have guys that can score at the rim, and then we have some guys that are returning that can score from the outside, too. Yeah, Wiltshire that shot the ball really well from last year, but I think you'll see that ball move. You might see Wiltshire score 20 one night, and then he might score 2 the next night. But I think these guys don't really care just so long we're getting that win.
You've been in a lot of practices, KP. Who has stood out to you? Who are some of the new faces you're excited to watch compete?
Well, let's start with point guard, Sam Grazell. Lincoln East kid, played up until this year at North Dakota State. I tweeted like in early summer. I said, I believe Sam Grazell may have the widest set of shoulders of any Husker athlete I've ever seen.
And you compared him to me, correct?
Well, a little bit wider than yours, not much, but but he's a way different point guard than last year, and I just I think you're gonna enjoy watching him orchestrate things. He's got great vision, finds people, and the big 6'7" body. I mean, he's a big guy. It's a different kind of point guard. They're going to be much stronger and a tougher rebounding team. Walker's got some help this year. Blaze Cada off the bench. He's there to rebound, set screens, and play defense. And we didn't have a guy like that behind Walker last year. And Jawan Gary will help in that respect as well. I think fans will like Bandamel at the 2 guard. Transfer from SMU, kind of a do-it-all guy, and I think Jake kind of will fill the role of Trey McGowan's.
Agreed. Yeah, he wants to play defense, and that's what and you've been to a lot more practices than I've been to, but he wants to get it in your face. He wants to be that defensive stopper first, and I think with Griesel, he's one of those guys. He's a winner. He's won at every level he's been at. He's been to the tournament at North Dakota State, so I think that helps a ton. So he knows how to win at that point guard position. He doesn't care if he scores 20 or 12 or whatever it is, just so long we're winning. He might average 8 rebounds a game for us too, and if he's rebounding, we can get out and run even more too.
Jake, last year's team got derailed early with a couple of key injuries. Trey goes out, missed almost 2 months, and then Wilhelm goes out and misses the whole year. How big is it going to be to have a guy like Wilhelm back this year?
It'll be huge, and when you have that 4-position guy that can stretch the floor, we need Wilhelm to come back in. He needs to play some defense and rebound, obviously, but he needs to shoot high 30s, low 40s from 3. He doesn't need to make 5 a game, But if we have that threat out there, he can pick and pop. That spreads the defense for guys like Bandamel, Griesel, Denham Dawson, those guys that drive and penetrate and get to the rim. And we have to have Wilhelm, shoot 40% from three.
He'll take some pressure off of CJ needing to be. If he's the only guy hitting threes,
Yeah, absolutely. And Griesel, Bandamel, they need to shoot high 30s, low 40s as well, just to keep that defense honest and make sure that we're getting some driving lanes and opportunities going to the rim.
Well, and how big for Derek Walker to maybe not get doubled as much?
Right.
Maybe he can go to work. That guy doesn't miss shots.
Set the single season field goal percentage record last year, 68%.
Yeah.
And that's schematics too. I mean, let's talk about Coach Hoiberg as well. I mean, he was, and that offense went through him late in the year too, if you'll recall, when they won 3 straight games to end the regular season. So
I just think if Wilhelm can pull his defender away from the basket and Derek can go one-on-one, he's going to score a lot of points down inside.
Yeah, it'd be a huge piece this year for Wilhelm. Hopefully, he's feeling good. He looked good in practice, moving good, feeling good. So we need him to play a big part in the offense.
I think he'll be a starter.
Yeah.
What about the staff, guys? I mean, it's been a changeover on the staff. Kent, you've been to more practices than Jake, but I want both your guys' thoughts about some of the additions he's added on that coaching staff.
He added Adam Howard and Ernie Ziegler as full-time assistants, along with Nate Lenzer. The thing I've noticed in practice is Nate has taken over the defense. That's his domain. The other two guys, I think they're all, as a staff, kind of feeling each other out and see who fits best in what roles. But I like both of them. I think both those guys will be real strong recruiters. But I think you're going to see with the Lenzer focus on defense. A more intense defense and a little different defense than we've seen.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit different man-to-man philosophy this year. But Lenzer, he's the high-energy guy.
And demanding.
That's what I was just going to say. He demands almost perfection in practice on that defensive end. And, guys are buying into it. The ones I've been to, guys are out there diving on the floor, taking charges, and really putting that emphasis on that end of the floor, which I love, and I know the fans will love to watch as well.
What about the schedule? What excites you about the schedule as you look ahead to the next 3-4 months?
Well, you look at the non-conference schedule first, and you've got opportunity in terms of high majors. You go to St. John's early. You play at Creighton. Those are two big opportunities against Big East teams. The tournament down in Orlando, start off with Oklahoma, and you got quality teams on the second and third day of those tournaments, and then you got Kansas State. I look at those games as being opportunities and really important games. You're gonna need some success in those. I think the thing about the schedule that I'm in a general way most excited about is I think this team is going to be, for at home, much better basketball team and much more fun to watch, and I think the fans are going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and then you insert there early December as well. We got Indiana on the road.
That's right.
And Purdue at home.
Yeah, I forgot about that, yeah.
That stretch from Thanksgiving to December 10th, December 17th when we play K-State, it's going to be a tough stretch of games, but like you said, KP, an opportunity for these guys to show what they can do.
And mix in a Boston College with the ACC Giants thing, kind of in the midst of all that, you're going to have a run of really high-quality games. And resume builders, if you can go pick a few of those off to really help you maybe in March to get in a tournament.
I agree. I think the first 2 games are going to be key, Maine and UNO, to get some confidence. Got to get some confidence early on. Then you go on the road to St. John's and get a win on the road there. Then early on, you have some swagger. Going into the tournament in Orlando.
There's a little pressure in that regard. Coach talks about this. One of the things he likes about this team is that they're old in terms of experience. Guys that have been played a lot of college basketball, but they're not old together. And so that's going to put a premium and a focus on, you don't have much time to meld once the ball's thrown up. They've done a lot of practicing, but it's been against each other. Now you're going to find out how you measure up.
I just think last year's, you stubbed the toe with Western Illinois and then lose that 4 overtime heartbreaker at North Carolina. If those two flip, who knows where that thing goes next year?
Right.
Changes the dynamics of it.
Well, it gets back to the ball sticking in 1 or 2 players' hands last year. Right. At the end of the year, they win 3 straight on the road, and only one of those guys was on the floor. So
maybe not a coincidence.
Yeah, maybe not a coincidence.
Right. And hey, I think we all thought that going to the Big Ten tournament, there was a chance to make a run, and really should have beat Northwestern.
Yeah,
that
lost by 2.
Had a 19-point lead.
A huge lead.
And played well the first half, and then the exact opposite the second half. So I thought we were going to make a run too.
But that was what was fun, and I think that's what makes us encouraged is the way they finished last year. You can talk about a 10-win season and not being very good, but they were really good at the end. They really were.
And nobody wanted a piece of us at the end of the year, that's for sure.
Right. C.J. Wiltshire, I think Jake mentioned him, Kent. He looks different. He looks like he's in terrific shape.
Yeah, he's lost weight, and, I think he's quicker as a result. But he's going to be important. I think C.J. and Breidenbach are two guys that are, they're second-year players, although Breidenbach only played 10 games. But if they're going to make a significant jump up, I think those guys have got to make a significant jump up. And then let the rest of the newcomers, add to the mix.
Yeah, I think they're going to be huge where they got to both knock down shots. And I think, to your point, with Wiltshire trimming down, I think that makes him better on the defensive end. He's going to be fine offensively. He's going to knock down shots, but he was sometimes a liability on that other end of the floor last year. I think he needs to be able to guard those perimeter guys, and him trimming down should help that on that end.
Is Casey going to be in the top 8, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think you're going to see Griesel, Bandamel, Walker, Breidenbach, and Wiltshire to start probably, and then the first 3 guys off the bench: Gary, Blaze, and Casey.
Yeah.
And then I think there's like 3 or 4 guys battling for that 9th spot. The 2 freshmen, Denham, Dawson. So that'd be about it.
That's about all the further you really want to go.
Well, yeah.
8, maybe 9
Yeah.
guys, unless you have bad foul trouble.
Yeah. So you'll have that 9th guy at times be the 8th guy,
Right. We were talking before we went on. I think this league's, I'm not sure the league is as good as it has been the last couple of years, which might really help us jump up in this deal. I think we can be competitive night in and night out. Am I wrong on that?
Well, I agree. I mean, we were, like you said, we were talking about it, and everybody's looking at Indiana, and I think justifiably they're pick number 1. But they weren't number 1 last year. These guys weren't that great last year together. But let's say they're number 1. I don't know who you pick number 2. I mean, you look at preseason polls, and everybody's mentioned as number 2, 3, and 4. Not everybody, but everybody except Indiana lost a lot of guys, key guys.
Right.
There's been a lot of turnover in the league, and you look at that 2, 3, 4, 5 spot. Purdue, Michigan State, Ohio State. They're all in that mix.
And Iowa, throw Iowa in there.
But there's not really. I don't know if Indiana, like you mentioned when we were talking before, are they a Final Four team? Are they an Elite 8 team? I mean, they were 8th or 9th in the league last year.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think this league always gets better throughout the season. You look at the Tom Izzo teams; they always
Underwood in Illinois.
They never play well, in my opinion, in those early non-con games when they're playing in the tournaments. But they always finish very strong and play well in the tournament when they get there.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be fun. You guys ready? You excited?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's here already.
Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
How about that? PBA, the doors will be open.
That's right.
Guys, appreciate you.
And you can have a beer if you want, I guess, right?
How about that? Beer
Yeah.
PBA.
You can't, Jake.
Dang it.
Post game.
Deal.
Guys, have a great year. We'll be following you. We'll be tapping on your shoulder for some more work here on Sports Nightly as well.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Both of those guys will just hear tonight. Hey, buckle up, put that phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Jessica will rejoin me next.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we designed the Ford trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 45 years straight. Made for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't designed for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2021 calendar year total sales.
Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratcherooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone at the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
Every day, Central Valley Ag supplies energy to our farmers to help feed the globe. CVA continuously monitors propane levels to ensure neither you nor your animals go a day without heat this winter in your home, shop, or livestock barn. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Visit CVACoop.com and learn how you can lock in CVA propane pricing when you register to win heat for the entire winter with tank monitoring valued over $1,500. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
For 46 years, our focus has been our customers at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont. Come see for yourself how easy buying your new car, truck, or SUV at Sid Dillon can be. Stop by our dealership in Fremont to order your new vehicle and shop in-stock and inbound inventory. And if you need a commercial vehicle, we're your GMC Business Elite dealer. Shop at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
GMC, we are professional grade.
SOS to the rescue. SOS to the rescue.
As the Huskers head to halftime, Frank is off the couch and headed for the fridge. Ooh, but he can't make it because he is so cold. The furnace is out again. SOS, he screams, and calls SOS Heating and Cooling, his favorite Luxair dealer trusted since 1950. With Luxair, you get a free 10-year labor warranty with a new system. SOS Heating and Cooling.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
When you're prepared for life, you get more out of life. When you're prepared, you spend less time worrying and more time doing the things you love. How prepared are you? When you're ready to find out, Emeritus is ready to help. First, we get to know you. Then we make a plan together, one that lets you enjoy today and prepare for tomorrow. That's what we call fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Back in our Huskers Radio Network broadcast center, which is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Welcome back. Friday night edition of Sports Island here on the Huskers Radio Network. It's so fun to hear those guys together. They're really fun on the air, too. They rib each other. They got a nice relationship.
They really do. I actually said that because I put together a podcast just posted tonight that has the interviews that I did leading into the season opener and that interview that you did with those guys. And I led into it with, they have such an awesome relationship. And it's so fun, and they give each other a hard time, but you can tell they really enjoy calling basketball and calling basketball together. And Ken's had a lot of partners, right? In a lot of different sports, and they seem to have a really cool vibe going.
Yep. It was Matt with him for a long time before Jake took over about 5 years ago. So, yeah, he and Matt were together, and they were pretty funny together as well, because Matt would certainly give Kent a lot of grief. We leave it up to Andrew now to do that. Hey, Nebraska 811 says, go dig red before you dig. Always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and, of course, it's the law. We are back with winners and losers. We haven't done this for a while. Looking forward to this. We'll get everybody's picks next.
Want to get all the latest Husker news straight to your phone? Need to be the first of your friends to get the scoop on all things Huskers? Sign up for text alerts from Nebraska Athletics. Text Huskers to 83200 to get game time notifications and updates, breaking news, special ticket offers, and more straight to your phone. All the Husker news is just a quick text away. Just text Huskers to 83200. Standard text messaging rates apply and may vary by carrier.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
The name on the mailbox may say Smith, Myers, Baumgartner, or Johnson, but when you choose to plant with Rob Seco, it includes your name too, making you a stockholder in a company that's invested in you. With the simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, relationships that bring more to the table, the technology, traits, and genetics that take on local conditions, and people with the know-how to use it. At Rob Seco, the only stockholder we listen to is you.
To win the game, you got to have more strength. You got to be tougher. You got to be reliable. You got to want it more than the other guy. And you need a great team you can count on, backing you up the whole time. Whether it's in the field with your Massey Ferguson or on the field with the Huskers, red is the color of getting it done quicker, smarter, and efficiently. So this season, make sure you're checking out the lineup that'll get more done where and when it counts. From your Nebraska Massey Ferguson dealers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there is no place that treats you like your home like Sapp Brothers. For over 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and has been a reliable partner to local farms, businesses, and Huskers fans across Nebraska, providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment, and welcoming guests into our travel centers. Visit www.sappbros.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Huskers Athletics.
Hey, Husker fans, it's time to gear up for the season. So let's do it right. Jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more. Shields has everything you need to show your Nebraska pride. Visit our fan shop online or in-store for the biggest and best brands in the game. You'll find the right gear to level up your team spirit with all the essentials for your pregame parking lot party. Shields, proud partner of Husker Athletics and football fans everywhere.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, which is sponsored by Acres. They are the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. It's a Friday night, and it's that time, Jessica, for us to name winners and losers from the past week.
I'll start with my loser, Draymond Green. I mean, just causing...
And he played this week.
Yeah, causing all kinds of drama and distractions for the Golden State. Steve Kerr said it's been the worst crisis that they've dealt with. And then he comes out and has, like, content ready to roll out surrounding it, and had a piece, his production company with Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions or whatever, they had a piece ready to roll out, and it kind of like capitalizing, and said he had no idea it was going to cause as big of a deal as it did. And anyways, yeah, so Draymond Green. And
very appropriate.
I did not love his green suit either, and then he said it was for money or whatever, so I'm not a fan of Draymond Green. My winner is multiple winners, the Nebraska women's athletics teams, because they have had a good week. Bowling started off their season with a win. Rifles undefeated to start the season. Soccer had a big win last night, and Nebraska volleyball 9 in a row in conference play, 7 of 9 sweeps. All kinds of good things happening for Husker women's sports, continuing the trend from a year ago.
Very good. Tim.
Well, I'm the hockey guy, and I'm going to go with our guy, Jess. We interviewed him over the summer, Rutger McGroarty. He's up at Michigan, playing for the Wolverines up there. They've actually had several games already this season they're playing right now. He scored his first goal last weekend, and then he's got about 7 assists now after he just had one tonight. They're still playing. Michigan's a team that's expected to be a national title contender, and he's a guy that was drafted in the first round. He's doing a great job right now, getting off to a great start to his career in college. So probably means he'll be in the pros next year. But then my loser, the Denver Broncos. I was trying to pick one guy, and it's a collective failure. Russell Wilson, I think it's bad timing because I think a lot of it is pre-filmed, but a lot of his ads that are coming out right now are super cheesy while he's underperforming. The coaching staff there kind of lost, and Melvin Gordon's not playing, and all kinds of different things and drama building around there for a team that looked like they would be a really, really good team this year. So
and as Jeremiah said, we're all losers for having to watch them play every night in prime time.
My goodness. Get them off prime time, would you? Yes. Andrew, we need a winner and a loser from the week.
My winner is the NBA. The NBA's back. I'm so excited.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm so excited. Everyone wants to bash me. NBA's back. Basketball's back. I'm so excited for that. And that's my winner. And my loser, I'm going to go Tom Brady. Earlier this week, Tom Brady, he discussed he compared being on grinding from NFL season comparing to military deployment, and the backlash was awful. So he went to the media and apologized to everybody, but also you saw it on the field when they lost to Pittsburgh. He was very distraught. He was very kind of bad to his teammates after all what kind of he's done through. So I'm going to go Tom Brady as my loser for this week.
Okay. All right. My loser is Jermaine Burton. Wide receiver from Alabama, punched the lady walking off the field at Tennessee last week. I know it's hard. Fans are coming at you. They're excited. You're upset. You're frustrated, but you can't lose your cool.
There's a video always on you.
Always on you. There's enough cameras and cell phones that people are going to get you. So Jermaine Burton from Alabama, my loser of the week. My winner is Becca Alec, named the freshman of the week in Big Ten volleyball. The Huskers have not had a player of the week. How's that possible? The overall player of the week in the conference. Something's not quite right in the voting.
Probably because they're going to win all of the postseason awards, so they're trying to spread out the weekly awards throughout the year.
We've had freshman of the week, defenders of the week, but not the player of the week yet in the league. This is kind of silly and ridiculous. Becca's been playing at a high level. Hey, our Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by Woodhouse, where you can shop your way from one of the 16 convenient locations or online at woodhouse.com. Anytime. They've got 18 brands and a huge selection of pre-owned. You can always find what you're looking for with Woodhouse. Everybody have a great weekend. A little bye weekend here. Be safe. We're back with you on Monday. Have a great night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. The Toyota hybrid lineup brings efficiency with power, savings with style, and top-notch tech to keep you connected. Not to mention plush premium interiors and the most advanced Toyota safety features. So, now you know who you're talking to. Toyota, the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Toyota, the brand with a hybrid or electric vehicle for every driver. Toyota, the brand that helps save you money at the pump. Now, let me ask you a question, dear gas prices. You really think you can stand in the way of the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years? Think again. Toyota Hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Sam Pineda with Campus News. UNL has been awarded over $14 million by the U.S. Department of Commerce to expand robotics research and teaching spaces, part of a $25 million award given to the state of Nebraska to advance robotics research. The funding will allow the university to educate and train the next